Okay, session is starting. Good morning. Welcome to London Live with Pips Matter and Denis Popivoda. Okay, this is the London Open. The agenda for today is a lesson as always. We're then going to be moving into the watch list for the day or for the London session. Go over the active trades, charting, and we're going to go over what news is important for the day. Not much actually happening, but anyway, let's jump right into this. So, like I just said, Denis at pipsmatter.com. Well, no, my name is Denis Popivoda, and I own, represent, run, grow pipsmatter.com. We offer two basic things, or two extraordinary things. One is to learn to trade, and the other thing is to invest and let us manage your account. These are the two things we offer. Okay, so let's go over the lesson. This is an important lesson. Trading is a business. Now we need to manage our trading as if it was a business. It is essential that we treat trading as a business, and the explanation for this is the following. Profits are the income we generate, the take profits we reach, the profits we close, and the losses are the expenses. We basically need to learn to manage our cash flow, both in and out, both flows. Now, the one way that I do that is by using structured position sizing. Now, that is a basic formula that I am going to show you in this workshop, and it basically dictates and explains to the dot exactly what we need to be trading based on our balance and what we need to be shooting for week in, week out based on our rewards. Trading is a business. We need to treat it as if it is our business. Whether it's a part-time business, whether it's a full-time business, it's a business. And if it generates you an income, it is a very important business. So if you're here to make money, you need to start treating trading as a business. And my mission at pipsmatter.com is to do just that, help you manage your trading as a business. So in this session, I provide these kind of basic little tips and explanations. The course that I'm creating should be done pretty soon. I'm a bit late to finish it, just really busy with the move because I'm moving to another country on Saturday. So I don't really have much time to do everything, plus managing funds and trading my own accounts does take a bit of time. Anyhow, let's move on. Watch list. I only have 3 pairs in the watch list right now: USD CAD, EURNOK, and GBP USD. I have 2 trades running: Euro USD buy and Boeing sell. I'm about to pop into this one here, EURNOK, a little early though, but yeah, I'm going to be getting in. So we're going to go over these together, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Let's go into the PowerPoint, into the news. We've got a really thin calendar for today. The main data release in terms of currency pairs is the ADP jobs report coming out at about 12:30 GMT. And then we've got the crude oil inventories. That should be pretty important too. Oil has been moving a lot. We might find some opportunities, but that's going to be in the New York session. So that's when oil is going to go into our watch list. Nevertheless, we are going to analyze it here together. Let's start with the active trade. Euro USD, it's coming down a little bit here. I've taken a trade yesterday, came right back to my entry. I've got 0.8 pips in profit on it from the top, which was up here last night. It was great. It was really good. But there is a really high chance, as I said in the community, that we might see a head and shoulders. But this level has to close. This was a support as well, a few times here, and then a resistance here, 3 times, 1, 2, and 3. So we'll see how that works out. Hopefully it doesn't move too much lower, because I really don't want to be stuck in this for anything longer than today. We'll see. It's moving to the downside a little bit more than it should. But yeah, the new 1 hour candle just started, so that should make a bit of a shadow. But I think the close should be right around this zone. All in all, we'll see how this works out. I'll hold it for now. I'll get out at the bottom if anything goes wrong. EURNOK, now check this out. EURNOK, 54 minutes to the new candle here. It's looking really good. I'm going to explain what we're seeing here. I'll clean it all up and show you a brand new analysis, 4-hour chart. We have this main resistance level where we've seen price push right away from. I'll show you that like this. And then we want to set this up like this, so I can just show you what's going on and if this level really was important in the past. Not much aside from here and here, some nice drops. But the important thing is that recent price action has found a resistance here. And in reality, right now, to me, that is all that matters. We do have a possible contraction pattern being set up, but I'll have to take the bottoms off it here and just draw it this way, something like this. And then get the top side. The top side does look solid. So something like this. We'll see. We'll edit it if it needs to be edited, like USD JPY yesterday. Holding on, if there is a close above, clearly a dead pattern, we'll get out. But if it's a fake out, we'll ride it to the downside again. We do have another level over here, which has been pretty much a resistance as well. And that's probably our 23%, 30% area. That's going to be an important level to breach on the selling side. Euro is taking a bit of a hit against the dollar right now, 2 pips negative on that buy trade. So yeah, let me just draw this up for you here. So you see what I'm doing? I'm just getting the key levels based on the Dow chain channel where price has made changes in direction. And you can see this level here together with this one acting as a support numerous times here and a resistance over here. So that's a pretty interesting level. We might target that to the downside. Until we don't have the next close, which is in 52 minutes, we really don't know where the 50% is going to be. So that's what we actually need to wait for. All in all, looking like a really good setup is cooking here. So we'll see how that works out. We'll wait just a little bit more and decide what we're doing. I will, however, map the close over here, and I'll make it a different color, orange, just so I kind of see that right there. GBP USD is the other trade on the watch list. I forgot to put it in there. So again, we want to wait 52 minutes for the new candle to come out. It seems like we might be using this level right there, which has been a resistance in the past and a support here and here. So we'll see if price action can close over here. We might be basically cooking yet another possible head and shoulders. But we'll see. We'll basically just have to wait. So the London session is just about, going over the active trades and preparing the watch list for when London is in full force and the new candles come out, which is at 9 GMT AM. So that's the main candle we need to wait for. 51 minutes to go. Now, let's go over USD CAD. I've spotted something interesting here. Check this out. So we're facing a pushback in this area. This has been the range since that gap down last week, 2 weeks ago. Right there, it has been the new range, and this is it, basically 133.0 or 133.100, and this bottom range here, 132.240. Let's see what happens with price action here. All in all, it's looking okay. You can see that we found resistance at this level here based on this resistance. So perhaps because price action came right back down to the low of that session, maybe we're going to come back in. I will continue to monitor it. Let's go to the 1 hour chart and see if there is something. Nope, there's nothing. So I'll just continue to monitor it and see if there is something to actually trade here. But aside from those pairs, I've got nothing else. I do want to show you WTI. I told the guys in the room yesterday it's a great sell, and it was right there that the great sell was at. And you can see it come right back down to the next level, which was the closing price of this level. Always remember that the levels we're using are the range of the close and the low. Extremely important to know that. So we're coming back now to the EMA, and that's when the push happened. We had this reversal candle, indecision basically of buyers and sellers, more to the selling side. And then we came closer to the EMA and boom, one candle pushed down. Unfortunately, I missed that. I didn't trade it. And shame on me on that, but I'm going to wait because we could see a potential move during the crude oil inventories. So I'll put this here as well. You see price action pushing right off that level, creating a nice little head and shoulders right there, and then that move. So we'll wait. This is definitely in the watch list for the US session. I love trading the news with my system because it just generates me great trading opportunities. So we'll hold on to that and we'll see what happens there. The DAX had a great selling opportunity too yesterday. I did send that out as a message because we did have this break. I had a private session with Andrea, one of our community members, and I showed him this yesterday, and I told him, look, that's just a great move because we have to break out of the sideways. We have this resistance, a major one, 1, 2, 3, break out from this trend line, which has acted as support, and then boom, down. Didn't really reach the key level, and then very quickly today went straight past it. We are now using the bottoms of this area as a possible support, so we'll see what happens with that. No major monitoring there, but all in all, yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at shorting this. I'll just wait a little bit more. We did release it as an alert, but that's one of my team members has taken the trade already. I'll wait a little bit more. This one here, behaving okay, but I still need 48 minutes to pass to decide if I'm going to hold on to this or I'm going to cut it and move my money somewhere else. Yesterday was an amazing day. At the end of the session, when I record the video, I'm going to show you the results of the day. I want to go over an education lesson here on GBP JPY, a trade that we did go long on, and then we basically said, okay, let's basically get out of this one. There it is. So we had the breakout of the contraction. The take profit was up here, and price action tested at 23.6. One time couldn't break it, 2 times couldn't break it, 3 times couldn't break it, 4 times couldn't break it. I closed my trade with a small profit, and then at night, well, not at night, in the US session, kaboosh, down we go. But we have good indications that the GBP might be strong. So even though this pattern failed, we just might see something. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. Not on the 1 hour, but we might see a possible little contraction forming. A secondary one. We'll wait and see how that works out if there's another close. But I'm not going to get into this. It just doesn't look good to me, so I'll just remove everything and wait for a new pattern to appear. Euro GBP is still holding well. We did go long on this. We did get out. It almost reached take profit. You can see coming right up there, finding resistance at this major level, and then coming back down. Now, we are in a sort of channel, let's say. So if I take the bottom or the low of this and go like this, you can see that there is a possible channel that is formed. So when it comes down here and we see support, I might go long on this and try and get that 50% there because there still is a valid contraction. Still valid, still there, still intact, still looking strong. Euro USD showing me some good signs now. Again, my take profit is all the way here. Now, it lines up with this major support, not major, but an important support level right there. That's the 50%. It looks good, and if anyone didn't enter it yet, in 46 minutes time, if this holds on like this and doesn't breach this level, I'd say it's a really good chance to buy it. On the other side, I also see this being a great sell, but the NOK is not based on major market movements. So it doesn't get affected by the data of the dollar and euro. So, I mean, it could be something with oil. We'll see. You can see a beautiful contraction right there. Check this out. So we have this contraction of price, and then we have the breakout, and then we have stagnation around that support of the top side, push down, and then boom. And it probably came right to the 50% and went down because that's what usually happens. Yep, there it is. That spike hit it right there, and then boom. So I don't want to go over far too many things because I don't want to just, my mind's a bit clear right now. I've got 2 trades going, Boeing and what's it called, Euro USD. Let me show you Boeing. Finally making really good moves. I got about 1.1K in profit on this one. Let me just show you this. There it is. I went really hard into it yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago. Let me just see the opening price time. 1st of October, yesterday. I hit it real hard with 500, shares. I sold basically 500 shares. Now, to open such a position, the pip value on this is pretty big. A pip value is literally $500, which is 458 euros per pip. So all the way down to my TP, which is $25 away, which is the 50% area there, I think. Yeah, that's it. So from here to there, that's 6.87%. One sec. There, 25. Yeah, I entered somewhere here. So that at 500 shares is 11,460 euros. That's like almost $13,000. A big reward. But with these shares, you know, the last time I went long on American Airlines, it took me exactly 28 days to reach my take profit. But believe me, it was worth it. I got for that trade more than I would get working 3 jobs in Cyprus, high profile jobs, or high role positions. So this is just driving me a bit nuts, to be honest with you. Should have taken that profit. But again, we might come down here. That's my get out area, by the way. If it closes below this level, then I'm going to get out. But there's still a lot of time. 43 minutes, it could come back up here, could come back there, could go up here and go back down. Anything can happen in 45 minutes. So that's what I mean about not rushing. You need to just be ready. See, 43 minutes, we want to wait for this candle because there is a chance it might come back up. A lot can happen in 45 minutes. Remember what I'm telling you here. Hell, a lot can happen in 2 seconds. You know what the value of a second in the financial markets is? I'll show you right now. Look at this. So we had this big move there, yeah? So if I go down to, let's say, the minute chart, I'll show you the value of a minute. Where was the news? 1st of October. No, this is today. Second. There it is. There's the value of a minute. This is before the news, and the value of a minute on this trade, literally 1 minute, was a move of 24 pips. Not the low though, the low was 28. So that's why we just need to chill out and understand that the market works with time as well. It doesn't just move when we want it to move. Using structured position sizing, now that's going to really help you. This is structured position sizing. This is a formula. I'm basically, we just improved it. And for example, of an investment that we're getting into the MAM, 700 euros. We've got other ones here, 50K. They're not updated fully. I'm just fixing this today. You put in your balance. You put in your target growth. It tells you the recommended lot size that you cannot expose your account more than this. And then you keep adding your balance here. So what happens if you turn the 700 into 5,000 in a week? Your lot size increases. And then if you do this and go to 15,000 the next week, now you're trading with a 2-lot exposure at max minimum. But if you drop down to 3,000 from there, you're now using a new structured position sizing, 0.35 for aggressive, 0.3 for normal. So in reality, that's exactly what I want to see. All of my members do, use structured position sizing at all times, because that's training you to manage. You're not going to trade the same way with 700 and 17,000, because that should be your purpose. That should be your goal. The basic idea I do with my trainings, with my community, is what do you want? That's the first question. What do you want in terms of finances and mental state when you're trading? For me, it's 6 figures quarterly and eventually 6 figures monthly. How will I get it? That's me following my system, doing meditation, working out, doing all the normal stuff that keeps me happy. And then how does it feel or look like when I'm there? That's psychology for you, and it's extremely important to understand what do we want, a definite outcome of what we want. How will we get it? And how does it feel? So you want to connect the emotional side too. How does it feel to help out your charity, your community, your family? How does it feel to be able to travel? How does it feel to be able to drive a good car or have a good house? How does it feel to be financially secure? Now, how do you get it? That's what we work on here. I like to focus on weekly profits. This is based on weeks. With some accounts that I manage on the GOT MAM service, which goal-oriented trading, depending on the person, the risk, and everything else, what we do here is we change it sometimes to trade per trade. And then we're looking for a 10, 20, 30% ROI per trade. Now you also need to understand the power of compounding. An investment of 700 euros compounded at the rate of 10% per week turns in a year into this, 90,000. Now do that, for example, per bi-weekly, let's say. So in 2 years' time, you can turn 700 into this if you just follow the system, if you're just focusing on the consistency, if you're not doing stupid things such as overexposure, over trading, revenge trading, keep adding on to losers. You know, the general mistakes everyone makes. That's why I've created the system, so we can do these kind of things. Now you're looking at crazy numbers, you know. So let's say 5%. Oh, 1 sec. So 5%, 700 repeated per week at 5% is 8,400 at the end of the year. At the end of the quarter is 1.1K, a decent reward. Hell, even if you're targeting 7%, there is a major difference. At the end here, that 2% extra becomes 22,000. So that's the power of compounding, and that's what you need to look forward to. Now, I do these kind of sessions with my clients too. We sit down, we decide what is your balance, whether they're investing or trading for themselves, doesn't matter. We work on the initial balance. We work at where we want to go, right? Which number are we targeting? And then the most important thing we do is understand as well where you can start paying yourself. So at 700 euros or dollars or pounds, and you come to 2.1K or 2.2, let's say pay yourself the $700 back. Now you go down to 1.5K. So this changes. So that means we're going to have to take the loss here. Let's say we are here. We're here and, well, whatever. Let's say we are at 2,200, right? And we withdraw, we have to put the withdrawal in there, right? 1,500. So all of this can change. But based on the reward you're making, your target balance changes here. So if you make 15,000, this is your next target balance. You're not looking at this. This is just the balance module of what you should be expecting and targeting. But there are months where you're going to make 30%, 40, 50. There are months, weeks where you're going to make more money. I don't have the Excel here of the previous MAM we ran at FX Globe, but we had weeks where we made 54%, shorting the S&P 500 and the DAX that weekend when Trump said about the trade war, where he said about the tariffs. The DAX tumbled, the S&P 500 tumbled. Check this out. I'll show you exactly what we traded, and if you don't believe me, just go to the community and ask. There it is. There's the lovely, beautiful contraction. So we had this contraction here, for example. I'll show it to you on 4 hours as well. There is this one here, so we shorted this one, and then came time to short this one too. And we did. So there was 2 contractions lining up to a key level, right? This contraction here made us a killing. That was May. This is the 54% one. It just tumbled right down, and that made us a really, really good reward. This is the actual contraction. 1 sec. So that's it. There's the contraction. There's the key level. See that? Oh. Came a little bit above it though, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. So there it is. We started selling at the key level. We were in a small loss, and then boom. Then there was the retest. A lot of people got screwed there, and that's when we started selling again. And boom. And in that 1 week, we made 54%, I think, in 1 week. And that was amazing. Absolutely amazing. So yeah. So you're going to, basically what I'm trying to tell you is you're going to have weeks where you're going to make 2%. You're going to have weeks where you're going to lose 2% or 3 or 4. And then you're going to have weeks where you're going to make 20%, 30, but it should all add up to something. So for me, for example, this quarter, I'm looking to make a 6-figure return for myself. Now, of course, I'm not just speaking about trading only. I'm speaking about the services I provide, the courses I make, and all of this too. But that's a fraction. That's maybe 10% of my income. 90% has to come from trading. So yeah, I think we run this enough. 25 minutes is more than enough. I'll update the community members on the active trades and tell them what am I getting into this, Euro CHF sell, and if I'm going to hold on to this or not. That's it. Thanks for attending. Any questions, direct them to my email address, dennis@pipsmatter.com. That's Dennis with one N, DENIS @pipsmatter.com. Or if you're a community member, shoot me a message either in the chat or as a private message. Thank you for attending, and I'll see you soon again.